So this probably isn't news to anyone in more ways than one, but we have a new study. Dr. Trish Greenhoff, who has an H index of 138, tells us.
It's out, our new State of the Science review of masks, respirators, and reducing transmission of respiratory infections. 13 authors, 38,000 words, 413 references. One conclusion: these devices work. Why does this matter? Because if the dropout hypothesis were correct, it's not. All we'd need is one of those baggy, waterproof-backed medical masks, designed to stop the surgeon sneezing into a patient's open abdomen or getting a mouthful when an abscess bursts. But because respiratory infections transmit via tiny particles suspended in the air, waterproof-backed medical masks are not the best way to stop them. Starting from the first principles, what we need is something that efficiently removes particles from the air. In other words, not all things you put over your face are equal. Here's a few things to think about. All masks and respirators need to be assessed for 4 key properties. First, filtration and efficacy. Second, fit and seal. Poorly fitting masks and respirators allow air and microorganisms to bypass the filter, leading to inhalation of unfiltered air. Third, breathing resistance. Comfort and safety is a key factor in influencing the wearer. Fourth, potential for contamination. Filter materials can, at least hypothetically, accumulate viruses and bacteria over time. Did we address the anti-masker's favorite argument that the holes in the mask filter are bigger than the SARS-CoV-2 virus? What do you think? Of course we did. Mask filters are not simple sieves.
She goes on to say,
Single-use masks and respirators are not good for the planet. It's time we move to a more sustainable approach. Reusable, recyclable, and biodegradable devices exist. Did you know that you can recycle chopped-up masks to make building materials like concrete? Time for conclusions. First, masks work, and we'd explain why some people insist that they don't. Read the yellow bit out loud, please.
the yellow bit says, first, the claim that masks don't work is demonstrably incorrect and appears to be based on a combination of flawed assumptions, flawed meta-analysis methods, errors of reasoning, failure to understand or refusal to acknowledge mechanistic evidence, and limitations in critical appraisal and evidence synthesis.
Second conclusion, it's time to remove people who can't or won't understand the evidence on masking from key decision-making committees. Who will be brave and make that move? Lives depend on it. Third conclusion, mask policies should be based on actual risks, not speculative ones. And masks overall should be better designed to reduce the minor side effects like hot face. Fourth conclusion, talking of design, we need creative designs to suit everyone, not just your standard crash dummy, white, 70-kilogram, clean-shaven male. Fifth conclusion, let's make masks sustainable. Final conclusion, anti-mask disinformation is as dangerous as anti-vax disinformation. We need to systemically counter it.
And Dr. Lucky Tran tells us,
The new gold standard review of 100 studies finds masks are effective in reducing transmission of respiratory diseases. N95 respirators are significantly more effective than medical or cloth masks, and mask mandates are effective in reducing community transmission. When we looked at RCTs, we found that masks do protect in the community, and N95 respirators are superior. Non-RCT evidence also shows that masks work and respirators work better. The new review showing the effectiveness of masks addresses the flawed Cochrane study, which was deliberately misinterpreted by anti-maskers in some media to spread misinformation around masks. This new review will serve as a gold standard reference to debunk mask misinformation.
published by the American Society for Microbiology in the Clinical Microbiology Review. The name of the article is Masks and Respirators for Prevention of Respiratory Infections, a State of the Science Review.